Pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge of allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The attendance sheet's going around. If we have time, we'll try to get some idea where everybody's from. Welcome, Patriots. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to attend this meeting. My name is John Bruin. I am the founder and director of the 802 Vermont Alliance movement. I am not here for my help, and I'm not here for glory. I'm not here because I want to be here. I am here because I need to be here. I think it is important to educate the people of Vermont that we are in a political crisis right now. And things need to change before Vermont becomes another California. Whether you believe it or not, we as a state are on the brink of total political meltdown. Let me introduce a few of the members of the leadership and steering committee. Malcolm Bliss is on our steering committee. Dave Sulia, who is our IT super guy, our website coordinator. Third, you can be on the square below. Let me outline who and what the 802 Vermont Alliance Group is. We are a large group and growing every day of grassroots citizens concerned with the political direction that Vermont is taking. We're an educational platform for the uninformed masses, and this is why we do our statewide meetings. We also hold voter registration forums, as well as doing candidate search throughout the year. We have a set agenda for fair and impartial government. What we have now is garbage, and we all know it. We are all gathered here today because we are concerned citizens. So, which Vermont crisis should we talk about this one? Threats to our freedom of speech, our Second Amendment right violations, baby killer bills, Act 250 amendments, which will eventually strip away your property rights, government overreach in our failing education system, or the rampant and uncontrolled spending of our state government. There are so many problem areas needing to be addressed in Vermont right now. It's hard for me to know where to start. Every single year, the list gets longer and longer. Now, 6 years ago, I started a list of issues that I thought were areas of concern to me. And it only had 10 on that list. Since then, the list has grown to over 25 major issues. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promotes general welfare, and secures the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States. Everyone knows these words in the preamble. Written by a group of smart men with the vision of what might happen if government is allowed to grow out of control, which is exactly what's happening right now. Every person in Vermont should be very, very concerned about what is happening in our state. Voters need to be educated and band together to stop the destruction of our freedoms, our rights, and our values. The Democrats have been in control since 1993. And in that time, I have watched Vermont drop to the bottom of every single rating poll. When is it time to say enough? What will spark you to get up and take action? Are we the people still in control? No, far from it. We the people are being led like dogs on a leash by the very people that we elected to office, who are supposed to protect our rights and our liberties. Welcome to the new Vermont, where business is a dirty word and the and patience run the mental ward of Montpelier. Welcome to the new Vermont, where the legislators have forgotten that we are a republic ruled by law. We are not a democracy ruled by politicians. Welcome to the new Vermont, where politicians have forgotten that they work for the people. We as citizens of Vermont can no longer tolerate what the state has become. An overtaxed, left-wing agenda-driven Vermont devoid of sanity and rational thought. We the people have a failure to communicate with elected officials in Montpelier. We talk, but they refuse to listen. We the people are being led to believe that Vermont is doing well, and this is all the media part. When in reality, the numbers tell a different story. Vermont has dropped to the bottom of every rating for affordability, quality of life, education, opportunity, and freedoms. And we as a state have allowed this to happen by not staying involved or being masters of our government. There are a few other further dark facts. Vermont has been listed top in being one of the most expensive and overtaxed states in the USA. And that just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Our past governors, as well as our current governor, have adopted and approved for illegal immigration policies favoring illegals over Americans. By defying federal immigration laws, Vermont has been declared a sanctuary state. And we have lost valuable federal grants because of it. Now, who pays for that insane policy? We all do. With increased taxes to make up for the difference in the lost federal dollars, Vermont taxpayers end up with an increase in tax every single year after year. Political propaganda machine is strong. Make no mistake. And this is what we need to overcome. The brainwashing of so-called intelligent people has been years in the making. They don't listen to facts anymore. They don't listen to the will of the people. And most cannot hold a civil conversation without becoming triggered. We've seen this during the gun testimonies of this year and prior years. We've seen it in the baby killer bill testimonies, where the same Vermonter outnumbered the pro or anti-lifers or anti-gunners at least 8-1, and yet they still did not listen. Education will be a key to turn this trend around, but it won't happen overnight. We must be relentless. I'm not advocating for another war of independence, nor am I advocating civil unrest. But if that's what it takes to wake up Montpelier, so be it. I'm urging all citizens to exercise your civic duty, to use your given right to vote and reverse the way things are by simply filling out a ballot box for that change. There have been way too many people that have totally ignored all elections because my vote doesn't count. The way we take back our state is to overwhelm them in the voting room. And by not voting is a vote to keep the current mess. We must not remain silent. Let Montpelier keep poking the bear. They'll find out quickly that the people of Vermont had enough and we will demand change. Now, I'd like to give my voice a little rest here and introduce some of our guest speakers today. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Bob Rader. Come on up and speak your piece, Bob.
Bob Rader, losing my voice a little bit here. I get laryngitis from allergies. I live in Warren, Washington, District 7. And there's so many things to talk about in this state. Archie and I have met before, twice this year, once in Randolph, once in this house. regards to new proposed gun control legislation. There's, John and Dylan, they don't listen. Well, they were at least 8-1 in both sessions. And Randolph, I'd say we were at least 10-1. 13. Okay, yeah. And they didn't listen. You know, so for me, here's the deal, especially after this shit stuff. 5th time I went to 65. They don't listen. To those legislators who do abide by the Constitution, hats off. Okay? We applaud your efforts. Those who don't, guess what? Let's quit pretending to be mutual respect for each other because we don't. You don't respect the Constitution, I have no respect for you. And that's the way it's going to be. We try playing nice in the sandbox, it's time to stop playing nice in the sandbox. State and federal Constitution are laws that are fixed in their meaning. They mean what they say what they mean. They're not living, iterative documents to be changed at a moment's notice. They're not. You know, they're not subject to change to the shifting sands of public opinion. They're not subject to change because I've got some judicial overreach with some administrative court judge, and they sure as hell aren't subject to change through the legislative either. And in trying to get these things going, apathy in Vermont is phenomenal. I wasn't born here. I became a Vermont resident in 2003. Some will always be a flatlander. I can live with it. The others on board with woodchuck and those are born here.
We forgive you.
You know, and I moved to Vermont because it's Vermont. I didn't move to Vermont to change Vermont. And yet when I look at, I used one of my opponents I ran against last time, and she'll be seeing my smile again in 2020. Okay? If you're engaged with that happy lady you came from, please hold it. Okay? You know, and I look at Act 250. Act 250 I refer to as the ultimate tool for eco-terrorists. In that I could tie up the court system for years by referencing Act 250. Because I don't like the content. Okay? And if you read some of the new language in some of the proposed Act 250 amendments, they want us out of the country. They want us in cities. They want us...
Agenda 21.
Basically, yeah. I got 1.7 miles of dirt road to get to my dirt driveway. You're going to have to come and get me. I'm not going to pay. You know? And you know, it's not just that. But when you look at the emergency risk protection orders, George Orwell never meant 1984 to be an instruction manual. It's not...
Or did it?
Maybe he did.
Or did it?
Maybe it's not right.
Well, I'm beginning to wonder, you know, maybe he was inside of the outside of the Sally alarm.
I had a conversation with an official, in regards to Brooklyn. And I said, look, let me tell you this. You know, while it's for the protection of the people, no, it's not. It's hearsay evidence, and then we go, we take that person, and then we try to work our way back. I'm guilty before I'm innocent. I'm automatically guilty. And I looked right at him and I said, here's the deal. Unless you're willing to be the first one in stack, coming through my door at 2 o'clock in the morning, your argument is null, your commitment is void. They started stuttering. You're going to have somebody else give you your ear? And within this legislative process, it's about 2 years ago, and it went with somebody I know. This is how vicious it could be. We're talking about gun control. And this individual told me, his name is Ray. People like you, and all those who think like you, should be taken out back and shot. And I said, so your problem is not with guns, your problem is with who controls those guns. And he looked at me and said, you're right, should be hung from the leg. And I said, you need to be the first one to stack me through my door. Last thing I heard from him. Okay? I'm not putting ice in the sandbox anymore. The Constitution is the Constitution. It's there for a reason. If we want to change it, there's a process to do so. You know, and somewhere, somehow, in this fog and confusion of what they call modern day politics, they call mudslinging, we've lost sight of basic principles and freedoms established by the founding fathers. Individual rights, property rights, and civil liberties. And this progressive social justice warrior movement is taking this shift. And it's becoming more and more evident every day. And I firmly believe the closer we get to election in 2020, the worse it's going to get. And I didn't think that I'd see Antifa in D.C. I really did. But they were there.
Do you know they're here in Vermont?
Oh, I sure do.
No.
I sure do. sure that,
Very easy to find.
Yep. yeah. And it's church, and it's not just Church Street. They're in the valley. I live in the Mad River Valley. They're in the Mad River Valley.
They're all over.
You know? And I don't, anti-fascist, yeah, really? Okay. It's
They are.
It's good, okay, right? The tolerant left is tolerant as long as you agree with it. Okay? And I don't, you can't have a rational discussion, or anytime I try to have that rational discussion, give or take, it doesn't work.
You're going to be labeled as a Nazi.
Oh, I was going to the end of
And that's their tactic.
yeah, I'm a racist, I'm homophobic, I'm not.
Turn the patriot into a Nazi.
Yes.
That's what they're trying to do.
And it's just, call me whatever you want.
And the interesting thing is when you look at the line, the lineage of politics, fascism and Nazism are right next to each other.
Yes, they are.
You
Yes,
can't
they are.
separate the two.
Right.
So I find it interesting that a fascist calls a patriot a Nazi. I find that very interesting. So, you know, what happens around the country symbolically is very interesting to watch, but the actions of the left clearly, in my mind, show them to be from the communist side of the political equation. That's where they're coming from.
Absolutely. And it's not divided, it's a chasm.
It is, thank God it's a chasm, because if it was just divine, we'd really be in trouble.
Yes. And, you know, it's time to stop my niceness in the box. You know, there's a term called cognitive dissonance. You know, if those facts don't fit my narrative, I ignore those facts. No matter what reference or what resource you use. So it's not going to work, because they're going to believe what they want to believe, irrespective of what the facts are, because they're not going to listen because it doesn't fit their narrative. And I go back to school. For years, our children have been indoctrinated. If I had children of school age now, they would not be in school, they'd be homeschooled.
Right.
I would not do it. It's not an education, it's an indoctrination.
Right.
You know, and when you look, Vermont Constitution is it's in fact the only constitution that I know of that has an education clause.
There will be a school in every town.
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Why do we have a school in every town? Because we can prevent centralization and government
Yes.
education of our children. What is happening today? We are
Centralization.
forcing centralization upon our children.
Yes.
I'm sorry, my kids are grown and done, they're all grown up, but what I see is communism to the full extent. Call it whatever you want, whatever ism you want to call it.
Right.
But that's a great example of government-forced education or indoctrination upon our kids.
It's all
Whatever happened to a school in every town, that still exists in the document.
It does.
We should insist upon it.
Yeah.
We should insist upon it.
Well, this is the reason that Governor Shumlin did not push Act 46 until the very last minute, because he knew it was unconstitutional.
There is a presidential candidate on television right now telling the American people that we do not spend enough on education. Second to healthcare. Healthcare is the largest GDP draw in this country.
Yep.
Education, public education is $709 billion in 2018. The Pentagon's reported budget is less than that. We have the greatest military on the planet, but yet our education system produces drones that end up in jail for the most part. How is that? That's not an accident, that's a plan.
Absolutely.
That's a plan.
Smart enough to run a machine, not smart enough to ask.
Well, I think it goes back to, we need to spend a lot of money to educate and indoctrinate these people for the next step, whatever that is. It's not educating them for their own free will, not educating them to recognize that they deserve more than a job in some flea bag apartment. They do deserve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's not a job in an apartment, guys. There's a lot more to that than what we're living.
But with that, we spend anywhere from 20,000 to 22 plus per student in this state.
Nationally, it's pretty darn close to that, but they are literally lying to us. The federal government has spent like, I don't know, 12 or 57 billion, whatever the number is. That's the number that they're hinging on. They're not talking about what the school districts are spending.
Right.
That number is 709 billion last year. That's the second largest expenditure draw on our GDP. And what are we getting at? What are you guys getting at?
What's your ROI?
Why are we not full of geniuses? Why do we not have every problem in the world solved with that kind of money? Our military can kick anybody's ass, and they don't spend that kind of cash. Well, we said that. What they tell us about. Sorry, I got emotional.
Yeah. It's cheaper to send their children to a community much in Vermont than what it costs to send them to a high school.
Well, now we're finding out that it's a lot more expensive to get whatever document that you want. Education, what does it mean anymore, right? When an elite person can write a check and their little child is suddenly a star volleyball champion that doesn't know the inside of a freaking gymnasium. What's the status of American education? You know, that number, $709 billion, did not include private education funding. So stack that on top of that. You know, geez, where's my figure? You know where my educated kid is? He's living in an aluminum tube in his mother's backyard. 4 years of great education at Bennington College. What's that doing for you? Nothing. All subsidized by the liberal left, 85% of it paid by the state. He walked away with a 30 grand worth of debt that he had for the service. And he's living in a tube in the back of somebody else's house. That's America. Welcome home, folks. That's my kid. And I know dozens of kids like that. Dozens of them. Because he's got friends.
You're absolutely right. You know, it becomes a system. Yeah. In a nutshell for me, it begins and ends with the Constitution statement. I'm an independent. I voted on both sides of the aisle. And I just, for me being an independent, this is just me, my thought process. Parties have agendas, individuals have proposals. I received no support from any party last election run, and yet I forced them to spend almost $9 for every dollar I spent.
Outstanding.
To me, I won. Okay? And I'm going to be that again. Because I'll be damned if nobody else is going to step up to the plate and just let them walk in. No. We have to earn your stripes again. Right? Because I'm going to be here. And to me, that's how I get involved. They know who I am. You know, I'm not afraid to open my mouth. You know, and you can ask everybody who knows me, don't ask me a question because I'm going to give you an answer, and the answer you may not like. And that's, but one thing I will say, and I'll stop, this last election cycle, the number of people who came out of the woodwork, conservatives who came out of the woodwork, said, hey, you know what, you're right. And I don't know whether they were independents, I know some were Republicans, they even had a couple of Democrats, and we had this forum debate over the theater, you know, and it's just like, someone came up and said, I don't know who you were, we never heard about you before. I said, no, I'm talking way in the back, and I like it. Because I just want to be left alone. I said, well, we like what you're saying is true. And he says, not only that, you've got to have the backup. And you talk about it. You know, speaking of data and the ability to talk, they cut us down to 2 minutes this year for 3 minutes in testimony and in gun control. Okay? To me, that was a way to suppress the thought process. Because now all of a sudden, it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but when you're talking, a minute is quite a bit of time in order to be able to get a certain point of principle out.
Yes.
Pardon?
Howard, yes, it is.
Oh, yeah! You know? And then, you know, the next thing you do, stop that. Okay. Now, it's a public forum. Montpelier needs to go back to serving and not rule. Because whether Montpelier realizes it or not, I am not now, nor have I ever been a loyal subject. And they are not now, nor will they ever be my chief magistrate. I will not bend the knee. Okay? All right, thank you for your time.
Any questions for Paul? Where are you running against?
Maxine Grant, Gary Gold.
Oh. You're donating to your campaign.
Right? I was floored. Washington District 7.